artist today. My. And that's Flo Eddie or Mark and Howard, however you want to do. We gonna rap with them today, man. We gonna rock and roll.
We hope you're ready for Flo and Eddie. We hope you're ready.
We got Mark Bowman here and Howard Kalin, who is now Flo and Eddie, the Phlorescent Leech and Eddie. And you guys have a fantastic history, you know.
Oh,
you go way back. This is not a new group.
I feel so old all of a sudden.
This is your life.
How far back do I go?
Now, how far back do you go? Why don't you tell me?
In friendship or records?
Well, in friendship, say. Let's start out with the friendship beginning.
Okay.
Well, we met in
62?
about 62.
High school.
Yes, records. We were even made records then.
That's true.
With
They
a
were
acapella
sleazy,
choir.
but they were records.
We sang The Messiah, A Christmas Story, Carousel.
Yeah.
Soliloquy from
My boy Bill, I'll be glad that he's named after me.
Sang that.
I will.
Yeah, okay, that's enough. Any more, you have to give him credit.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, from there, we had a group called the Crossfires.
The Crossfires.
Surf band.
How many pieces in the band?
Six
pieces.
South Bay's hottest surf band.
Yeah, we were hot. Howard and I played saxes. I played alto.
I played tenor.
I've always been the more rotund of the two. So I had the little horn. You know, there was...
Mark's a little rotund, friends, you understand?
Yeah, well...
Just a little
the
taste.
big guy with the glasses and all the
A
hair.
very pretty person,
I
man.
mean,
All you
your
got to do is
lips-
lose 20 pounds. You look
Really?
pretty.
That's what his mom keeps saying. I'm telling
You lost 20 pounds.
I'm trying, man. I keep trying, you know.
You
Keep
look
trying.
great. You look
Well, tell me now, when did you start playing music together?
62.
That was about it.
62.
As soon as we met, we just started.
See, I
doing
joined
it.
the band carried their instruments. See, we were only 17. Okay, we want to really date back. And like I offered to do it, I carried all the equipment for $5 a night, and I got to drink all the beer I wanted.
See, we worked frat parties and stuff.
then,
That was
you
the
know,
deal.
Little
And so,
clubs. And
eventually, Mark started picking up his tambourine, you know, and I was playing sax.
I was singing on Justine. Justine.
Justine.
And we'd answer
You
each
know, all
other
that
and
stuff.
stuff like that.
Let me say this, friends. They're the originators of the Turtles. Now, who was in the original Turtle group?
Well, that was me and him. A transition from the
It
Crossfires.
was the same band. One week we were the Crossfires at the Revel Club in Redondo Beach. The next week we came back and it said, "Welcome the Turtles," and we walked out and it was still us, and we did the same set.
Yeah, but you...
But see, that was a great era, though. See,
We were just out of high school. We didn't know what was happening.
Young guys.
And, we put out a record and we called ourselves the Turtles, and right away we were on the road, and we've been on the road since through the Turtles and the Mothers.
I met
and
Mel
all this.
Carr. I mean, we met some great, really oldies now to a lot of people. You know.
Mel Carter, you mentioned Mel Carter.
You know, and the Shirelles we toured with, and
Even Peter and Gordon's an oldie now.
an oldie, yeah.
Peter, you hit
Herman's Hermits. You know, some of the great acts of all time.
the OJs, man.
The OJs before, you know, they got stabbed.
Really?
How many hits did you have with the Turtles, anyway?
Oh, man, we must have had 20 that got up there, 10 probably top 10 records.
20 top 10 records.
Oh,
man.
probably 10. I would
20 that were, 30s and above.
10 that they...
10 top 20 records.
It's hard to even...
15 top 11.
Well, 14 if you count the one that was 31.
One, yeah.
1431 top records.
Yeah.
That's it. That would be
More
just
than I like to think back to sometimes.
The biggest one.
Name some of them.
Eleanor,
See, that's great.
you showed me how to do.
Let it go ahead, sing it.
It
No, man, I'd
ain't
love
me,
it. Go ahead.
Babe, let me be.
Go away from
Right.
my window.
There it is. There's that. You, baby, nobody but you.
Okay, now after the Turtles, what happened then?
Zappa happened then.
Zappa. Get down, Zappa.
Yeah, that's what everybody said. They said, huh? From the Turtles to Zappa is a real far step. But I'm telling you, it was the same Holiday Inns, the same girls, the same rancid airport food. It was Happy Together closed the show for both acts, the Mothers as well as the Turtles.
All right, now we've covered the Turtles and we've covered the Zappa experience with the Mothers of Invention, right? Now, where did you go after the Mothers of Invention, man? What happened after that?
Well, we weren't going to stay in the Mothers past the filming of 200 Motels, the Zappa film, so we did that. And then we hung around actually for...
Now, there was a film, really. There was a film.
Tell me about that film, because
I mean,
that
we
was
did that
a
film. We stayed in the band, through this film because that's what we had gotten
It
in
was
the
a
group to
highlight
do.
of
It
my
was a
life,
highlight.
I'll tell you now.
We went to England and we hadn't seen the script to the film. Nobody had ever seen the story, and we got there and had 3 weeks to do it all in.
It was just an
And so
incredible
we got the
far-out
script.
experience.
Our bass player quit which is the story of the movie, which was the bass player quitting. It was just a story, but it really happened, and
He
we
read
had
the
to,
script and quit.
so we had
It
to
was
get a
really-
guy. It was a guy walked in one day when we were trying to figure out who was going to play the role of the new character, and he walked in, and somebody said, well, the next guy who walked through the door is going to be the guy in the role, and the guy walked in. It was Ringo Starr's chauffeur.
And he got the part. He read for the part. He could also play bass. He played it in the movie. And it was the Mothers and the London Philharmonic. And Frank barely made an appearance. He more or less directed, produced strictly. And Ringo Starr and Keith Moon. And it was just a party.
Yeah, we got out of
was a
it
party.
every day. We were up at 6:30 to get there, and 8:30 we were drinking bourbons and limes, singing old Beatles songs with Ringo in the dressing room, and he didn't know the words.
Fun. It was a far-out movie.
It was fun to do.
How was Ringo anyway? What kind of a cat is he?
Great cat.
Wonderful.
Really nice
Yeah.
guy.
I tell you what, on the new album, man, you got a record here called Carlos the Bull.
Yeah, well,
Tell me about Carlos the Bull, because this is kind of a real freaky, far-out
yeah,
record.
it's we cut it sort of in tribute to an art form that's kind of gone away, bullfighting
And radio.
and radio. we have this feeling about a year ago that bullfighting, the whole idea of a man putting himself up against something so vicious as a bull, is a lot like the record business and how we feel about ourselves against the people coming who want so much from you all the time. You know, it's like they keep...
Precious.
There's one line that we laughed at and we make the whole story from, was they keep demanding more and more of him and more as his life, so he gave it to them. You know, and it's sort of like, everybody, if you like what you do, you do it. You
So
know?
this is a parody on a serious discussion of that
It's an adaptation.
hypothesis.
It's an adaptation of a screenplay, a little 3-minute film we hope to shoot of it's a little soundtrack to go along with it. It's adapted from the story of Manolete, who was a greatest matador Spain.
This won't mean anything as soon as the record comes on and everybody goes, what is that?
Yeah,
What is that?
On the 23rd of August in 1947, a peon and a bull killed each other in the ring and plunged an entire nation into deep mourning. The bull's name was Buddy, and he was of the dreaded Milo strain. The man's name was Carlos, and he was considered to be the bravest and most skillful matador of those times.
Olé for the brave matador, olé for the scarlet muleta, olé for the del natural, olé for the matador, he must face the bull.
Híjole, Carlos, what do they want?
I know very well what they want. And one of these afternoons, I may give it to them and keep them happy.
Olé for the man with the sword, let's move the fat picador. A cheer for the death-destined Murat. Olé for the matador, he must fight the bull. His suit of light he wears to fight, it's not to die, it's just right. He prays tonight, for he must fight, he must fight the bull.
Chimo, I want the dress cape with the roses. They always bring luck. I don't see any reason why we should not start this affair.
Olé for the bull bred to kill. Olé for the man who must meet him. Olé for the brave matador. Olé for the matador. He must kill.
Died? He died? And they did not give us anything?
See, Carlos, everything. Both ears and the tail.
The roses. they did not bring us luck today, how my mother will suffer. I can't feel nothing in my left leg. I can't feel nothing in my right leg. Are my eyes open? I cannot see.
And he fell back dead.
They kept demanding more and more of him. And more was his life, so he gave it to them.
Makes a heavy statement, man. It really does. I mean, even though it starts out very freaky, but then it ends up really making a very, very heavy statement, you know?
It was fun to make.
How do you feel about the
great.
statement that you made, though? I mean, you know, it
Oh,
sounds
I
to me
love
like, in this business, a lot of pressures, man. A lot of pressures. Now, you've been through it like 3 times. This is the 3rd time around.
Yeah,
for
some
you guys.
people can't imagine us
that's
doing it
true.
again. We've been through
Put
up
your
to
hand
now.
off my knee. I can't believe
The
this
Spiders
stuff.
from Mars, live on your radio. Not really, folks. Don't get excited. It's just us.
Flo and Eddie.
Really.
Yes, love is unraveling everywhere. Love has come to touch my soul with someone who really cares. No one can deny us. People who once passed me by will turn their heads round. I'm happy just to be with you. And loving you the way I do, yeah. There's everything I need to know. Just resting in the afterglow. You have always been here, a feeling deep inside. Feeling that I could not see, or touch, or try to hide. My love is in and around you. I bless the day that I found you. Baby, I'm happy just to be with you. And loving you the way I do, yeah. There's everything I need to know. Just resting in the afterglow. Happy just to be with you. And loving you the way I do, yeah. There's everything I need to know. Just resting in the afterglow. I'm happy just to be with you.
Oh, we gotta get out of here. We'll see you next time. Congratulations to Flo and Eddie. Wolfman Jack saying bye, baby.